Good morning and welcome to another edition of the Daily Fix. I'm your usual host and presenter, Advocate Tulu Hoyani. This one cannot wait. I've just had communication on my WhatsApp from a man who calls himself a whistleblower. I don't know how many whistleblowers have accumulated in the last 6 months or so. But he tells me that he was not aware of the Daily Fix. He's just only been aware of the Daily Fix. This is why he's bringing me this news, which were almost 2 to 3 weeks old now. But what is it that this man told me? This man tells me these are sources within the NPA, and, well, for obvious reasons, they will not disclose who they are because it will jeopardize their work if they do that. Anyway, let us get into what he told me. This particular gentleman tells me that there's an investigation being undertaken within the NPA at the behest or ordered by the National Director of Public Prosecutions, Baloyi herself. And that investigation focuses on why we have two investigation dockets in respect of one murder investigation in the sense of MEYIWA matter. This has been a troubling issue all along. All of you are now aware that we have these two dockets. One that says there were no intruders, and another one says there were intruders into that house. There's been fights and killings over these dockets. So there's an internal process underway. And I am furthermore informed that Baloyi and Gininda are the focus of that investigation. Just to give an explanation to say, why is it that we have two dockets in respect of one murder investigation? And the fact that, the two dockets, all go in their own different directions. They are not even in tandem one with the other. So there's that inquiry to try and find out just what happened here so that we are in this situation. I've always said all along that, we need accountability into our systems. Just because, prosecutors have the right to, or the discretion to put whatever charges they can put before a court of law, that does not give them the right, I suppose, to suppress the truth. And also they are accountable to society as a whole, to explain to society, to say to us why there are two dockets in existence. Because like the old adage goes, justice must not only be seen to be done, must not only be done rather, but it must be seen to be done. Now, in the sense of MEYIWA matter, there are doubts whether justice is actually being done in the first place. And we are not even seeing it to be done. We are not seeing it to be done. We all have these conflicting theories, and it becomes difficult to say what is really going on. Because you see, there was really no need for us to have two separate investigations, two dockets coming out of the Vosloorus police station. There was really no need for that. The two dockets at best should have been consolidated into one docket. Now, it appears that would have been a bit difficult because the two dockets, are mutually exclusive of each other. Because if you have one set of policemen saying that there were intruders into the house and the others saying there were no intruders into that house, those are fundamental differences. But I still maintain that those fundamental differences should have been resolved long before the case came before trial. so that by the time the trial begins, we should never have had a second docket. Because now that we have a second docket, which is not being disclosed, this raises questions about, why is that other docket being hidden away? Why is it being kept away from the court? I have indicated in the past that it is simply not good enough for the NPA to say, because this is the position at the current moment, to say that, oh, well, they will go ahead with 636 and see where 636 gets them. If they don't get a conviction in terms of 636, then perhaps they can look at the possibility of seeing what 375 holds for them. That's frankly a wishy-washy and nonsensical and disrespectful, approach to the Senzo Meyiwa trial. It is simply not doing justice to the case to treat matters that way. Even if we agree with them that in terms of 636, 375 relates to defeating the ends of justice, but that act of defeating the ends of justice happened within that it is integral to the Senzo Meyiwa investigation, so that in a sense it also has something to do with 636. So why are the people who are defeating the ends of justice? Let us just stick to that narrative. Why are the people who are alleged to have defeated the ends of justice not being charged? Because they could have been co-accused with the people that you see before court. Because you see, if you defeat the ends of justice, in whatever form it takes, in the Senzo Meyiwa trial, defeating the ends of justice would first of all start by the fabrication of a theory that there were intruders when there were no intruders in the first place. That would be the first way in which defeating the ends of justice, or the form that the act of defeating the ends of justice would take. Secondly, the act of defeating the ends of justice would take the form of having the crime scene cleaned up by Mapiri, allegedly because they wanted to find the place clean when the police arrived. So there we are. We have that investigation undergoing. I'm told it's been going for 2 to 3 weeks. I am not too sure at this stage whether that investigation, the findings of that investigations will be made public, but I'm relying on my sources. As soon as I get my hands on that, outcome of the investigation, I'll bring it to you. But it is, I think, good news that for once, something seems to be done. Something is being done, rather, about this, awkward state of affairs. The buck stops with Gininda. Gininda was supposed to be the lead investigator, right, in this matter, or at least he has styled himself a lead investigator. And we want to give him the benefit of the doubt that he was in fact the lead investigator. And he has been working very closely with Baloyi, so that everything, starts and ends with them. It is them who, are driving this process. It is them who are driving this narrative of 636. And it is encouraging to see that the focus of this particular investigation focuses on them. Maybe to a lesser extent others, but these are the two major players in the whole setup. Having said that, let me thank you for watching this video, and I hope in the next video or in the next videos I'll be able to bring you an update on this. I am frantically making efforts to try and find out where that inquiry is at this particular point in time, and to bring you the outcomes thereof, which should be very interesting. Thank you very much for watching this video, and have a nice day.